The quote that you brought to us that we're going to talk about today is that there are people less qualified than you doing things you want to do because they believe in themselves and take action. And it looks like that quote came to us or came to light from Denzel Washington. Nick, I've heard some stories, so we're going to see if those align with what you say today about that quote and what that quote meant to you. But when we asked you something that resonated, you want to speak about why did that come to mind and what has that meant to you over the years, I guess?
Well, it's crazy how powerful words can mean, and something as simple as that, it really helped me face that man in the mirror that I was constantly running away from. And I asked myself, are you living your dreams or are you living your fears? And it really helped me believe in myself, because that's where it truly starts, right? I spent a lot of my life hoping one of my brothers or one of my friends made something of themselves and just took me along with them. And you slowly realize that there's going to be no one there to do it for you. So you have to be willing to lose so you can gain. And that quote really helped me knowing, hey, look, there's people out there that are less qualified than you that are doing things that you want to do simply because they believe in themselves. So I started believing in myself. Honestly, I think I had my wife believed in me more than I believed in myself, which having that support from someone really helped push me to do what I wanted to do.
Absolutely. And honestly, I've had the privilege of meeting Lexi, your wife, and she is hands down your biggest cheerleader. I mean, and I know her through, for those of you that don't know, our daughters dance together, competitive dance. And so I see her probably more than I actually see Nick. And she is hands down Nick's biggest cheerleader. And it's really awesome to see, because we've got to see you grow throughout the business and see your daughters grow. And so that's been something special. No doubt at all. Let me ask you this. So I know a few years ago, you were doing well. How long ago were you in the business the first time?
I started back in November of 2017.
Okay. And how long were you in at that point? Like a year?
No, like 4 months.
Oh, 4 months. All right. So season of life, and I talk about that a lot, seasons of life and how you kind of have to change and you have to figure out what's going on in that season and you have to adapt. So you left and then you came back. What had you learned from leaving and coming back?
The difference between winning and losing is quitting, right? And I've made so many excuses for the reason why I left. And I blamed it on my, personal life. My mother was going through cancer. Lexi was struggling with the kids, but it really boiled down to me not truly believing in myself. So I realized inside that time frame, which about 3 years later is when I came home from work, working 12 hours a day, to see that quote on the chalkboard in our kitchen. And I was just staring at it. And Lexi came up to me. She was like, I put that on the board for you. The reason why, because you're meant for more. You're meant to go back to Orca. I mean, there's so many different signs, but you're the only one that's in your way. And truly took that in and realized I've been living in my fear and not my dream. So I made a commitment to myself and my family to get back into it, because I knew I could do it. Because I seen Kevin, I seen David, I seen Lindsay doing all these things, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I didn't want to be left on the sideline.